sitting on my desk for the last week. I haven't been home. Everything's dried up. I'm gonna need a lot of white. I might as well not even be squeamish about it here. Get into it. Let's see if I can't get the cape and this little hood painted white and then red. I opted to do the black with the little blue gradient. I opted to do that with the airbrush since it's going to be on the back side here and a lot of the surface is visible. I wanted it to be as smooth as I could make it. Pretty dang good. So all these inside parts got to be first made white and then made red. So that's what I'm going to be doing this evening. I may get to I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to get into. Let's see what happens. This thing is going to need a little bit of a smaller point brush. I want to get the edge, but not too close to the edge. I'm gonna go. Yeah, so you don't want to be doing that shit. Might flicks. These big surfaces, square brush is still going to be the way to go. Alright. I don't know how exactly to start this, so I'm just going to start. Yep, this is gonna take a minute. I'm just going to do these just one at a time. I'm going to focus on one at a time, and then we're going to just try to keep moving along. What's up, Bean? I am back. So, while I was away, I think I've determined that my filter tower is not going to work to the quality at which I would like. So I think I'm going to abandon that. What's up, DL? And I think I was able to filter out my stage 1 alcohol down to, it looked like it was just kind of an amber color. It just couldn't get clean, you know what I mean? Like, not enough that I would say that it would work for for final wash. So rather than doing that, I'm going to just recycle my stage 1, my current stage 1. I'm going to use what I filtered as my new stage 1, and then I just bought a couple gallons of alcohol to be my new final wash. So that experiment was a bust. I am happy to report, though, I've purchased a M7 Max Anycubic. That I did that this afternoon or this morning. So I'm looking forward to being able to crank out some prints. I'm actually thinking I'm going to turn my print settings down to something where I can get a little higher quality. Again, I'm getting pretty high quality now, but I think if I give my my M3 Premium a little more time, and I need to turn the anti-aliasing on, I think I'm going to try to start tweaking the settings for quality versus speed now that I'm going to have 2 big ones. And see where that leads. I think it'll be a good choice. I'm even thinking about dialing it down. Like, these are all the models I've printed are at whatever 0.05 millimeters, but I'm thinking about going down to 0.02, just for more detail. So those will be my next my next experiments coming up. Will be with doing some printing. But the Bane I printed on my M3 Premium is super nice. I'm very, very excited to paint Bane next. The parts came out because I changed the FEP like in the middle of it, or before I started it, sorry. So all the pieces came out off of a brand new FEP, and they just turned out super, super nice. So I'm very, very excited. I'm going to need that very, very small brush to go in there for that. And then I don't know what I'm going to print after Bane, but I am going to try to speed things up. I'm going to try to start getting faster. That is my next goal. Yeah, I saw that it had the internal heater. That's pretty cool, and the built-in tilt plate so it can drain off. That stuff's pretty good. I'm excited to try it. My head's like brushing up against this camera. So I trust everyone had nice weekends. Yeah, apparently, DL. It says that there's a hanger on there that you can when you take your plate off, you put it back on. It tilts it at like 5 degrees to drip. Kind of helps with the drain. Is printing the figures hard? You mean printing this stuff? I mean, it requires a bit of finesse, I'm not going to lie. You got to know how to work your machines and kind of understand the process. God, my hand just jumped. Right there. Yeah, I saw the little reservoir thing and the monitoring, like how it monitors like how much resin is in there or if there's a failure. I liked all the little features. I may have to go and black that back out again because touch that up with some black. Oops. Yeah, I have to touch that up with black. Get all that on the second pass. Yeah. So yeah, beans. What do you mean about the? Is it about your question? Is printing the figures hard? It's. I mean, it's not. Sometimes it can be a challenge. It depends on what you're printing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question really. There is a lot involved in just like the equipment and stuff that you need to in order to print stuff. Like you need, alcohol and or you'll need, well, I shouldn't say alcohol because there are some water based or some water washable resins. You need a way to wash resins and deal with the chemicals. You need a UV, curing box, like a curing station, all that, wash and cure stuff. If you get one of those 2-in-1 kind of machines, which, the majority of people have, if you're looking to save money, you can build them on your own. There are all kinds of tutorials and stuff on YouTube. You can build your own wash stations and cure stations. There's nothing special about them. It's just dealing with the process parts of the printing. The besides just the processing of the prints and all that stuff. Um, it can be a lot, but at least for me, I started small and just kind of worked my way up, and I'm pretty happy with my setup now, and kind of getting into fine tuning now, which is nice. I know enough about it that I can start to tweak to make improvements. Like some of these, like the banding on some of these pieces that I have, these tall pieces. I sanded this one down pretty good so you can't see it. But sometimes in these tall pieces, when I got banding, it was because I needed to adjust some of my settling speeds to allow the resin to settle before it fires off the next print layer. And it's like little stuff like that. You just kind of pick up and learn what you're doing wrong and how to fix it. That's how I spent the first 2 years of this hobby. But man, I freaking love it. I tell you what, I have decided that after whatever happens with the company I'm at, I probably got another year or so before I'm replaced by the AI. Maybe less. No, they already got the contract signed, so probably good for at least 2026. But anyway, over the next several months, I'll be gearing up to try to do this full time, which will be nice. If I can do this full time and still make a decent living, then I'll be pretty happy with that. Yeah, it's I mean, so actually, Bean, now that you mention it, that's exactly kind of what I'm thinking about getting into doing, is like printing these statues as a kit, and being able to sell it, as a kit. And so that way it just avoids all the, people that want to get into doing it but don't want to, incur the cost of printing stuff themselves and everything that it takes, or just, you know the impatience of the process, or having the patience to learn the process. You can go ahead and get into the you can jump right to the good stuff with a kit. Yeah, you get right to painting. So that's my plan anyway. God, I can't see where this line is. The light's just bouncing all around in there. Yeah, because like, the kind of web work that I do, it's I mean, I write custom JavaScript and stuff. I mean, it's pretty high end. It's pretty high end stuff. But the agency I'm working for is no longer an agency, and it's just I can read the writing on the wall. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already getting geared up. The new M7 is going to really increase my output. I don't like having more than one. I mean, for my personal hobby time, I don't like having more than one statue printed and one on the desk while I'm painting. But I will need to work up a system for how to handle, the scaling up, make it a business. I didn't even get close to that line. No, I did. Never mind. Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's gonna get weird out there, kids. It's gonna get weird. I mean, I think we got, you know, maybe maybe 3 to 5 years. I want to say that sounds like it's being a little paranoid, and you know, but I think it's gonna be fast. It's already happening. I mean, it's pretty crazy out there, especially stuff for like project managers and things like that, where it's like, they can uh, and like middle managers, that kind of stuff. Like AI can definitely be like doing a lot of scheduling and things like that, and making sure tasks are staying on task and shit. Like that's what that's made for. So that part's gonna suck. Getting told what to do by a robot for a little while, I'm sure. But I'm gonna punch out at some point. Not punch out, punch out. You know what they say. Man, I'm gonna step away from all this craziness and just get into making stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just doing stuff with my hands besides typing. I'm tired of typing on the keyboard. I've been typing on a keyboard for 20 goddamn years. 30 almost. Tired. No, it's been good. Um, I was lucky enough that basically I feel like my career has just been the rise and the fall of the internet. Because I mean, I got started early in during the whole .com bubble and shit, and now AI is coming in. Now, I mean, now people don't use the web the way they used to use the web. You know, like now everything is an app or a TikTok or whatever. People don't just browse the net like remember those things like Stumble Upon and shit like that, where like it would just people would just surf it like they would, like they do YouTube videos. But now, I mean, that's just not a thing. I have seen some social channels that, or some social, I don't want to say influencers, but some people that are showing some of those like cool things about the internet kind of websites. But yeah, the web used to be just much more fun. Used to just like playing Yahoo Pool, shit like that. Come on, that was the best. Everything was just funny. Cat videos, and nobody got butthurt about stuff. We kind of knew it was a joke. You could actually have jokes. Let's see how much clearance I have here, but I can't. Okay, I'm nowhere near. This is gonna be tougher than I anticipated. It always is. I forgot I gotta paint all these edges. Yeah, ask Jeeves. Fuck yeah. That was the best, man. Like I said, nowadays the internet just sucks. YouTube, I mean, it not sucks. It's got its pockets of goodness, but they are few and far between. Well, I'm just not going to be able to get to all of this, I guess. Yeah, that's funny. Yep, those were the days. And also, my I don't think my casting casting those canopies for this project, I don't think it's going to work either. My molds, I mean, granted, I was in a hurry because I was leaving for vacation. So, it's definitely all my fault, obviously. I'm the only one that's working on this shit. I just mean that, like, I had molds, the molds failed and let some of the resin run out. And so I don't think it's going to be usable, but I don't want to mess with it anymore. So I will find out on Thursday. And worst case scenario, I went ahead and ordered some high clear resin. So I'm going to just reprint them in high clear resin and call it a day. I think if I do it in high clear with anti-aliasing on, it should come out pretty smooth. Yep, this is going to take a minute. I left a pile of paint up here. Ooh. This brush has too much curl in it. It's definitely got a lot of white trapped up in it. Get that cleaned off. Oh, thank you, Bean. I appreciate that. I need to work on a shtick. That's my problem. I don't have a shtick. I don't want to be on camera. So it's like it's my only hands. That's what I joke. I joke with my friends. Only fans, it's only hands. But yeah, I got to figure something out. I don't want to depend. It's weird. It's weird to think that that's a thing. I still like talk about being old. Like, yeah, I just the new, like, the economy of the internet still boggles me. Like, just the YouTube money. Like, where does that? I mean, I know it's from ads and stuff, but like, it's just crazy to me that, like, people are making their whole living, just being YouTube streamers and stuff, or Twitch streamers and TikTokers and all that stuff. It's just crazy to me. Hey, what's up, Yamoshi? Do I sell my finished models? I do not. I don't sell them currently, but that's what I was just talking about. Actually, it's so weird that you brought that up. I think that's definitely going to be something I will be doing in the near future. So, um, please hit that subscribe. Down here in the corner, and stay posted because I will be glowing up soon, as the kids say. Do the kids still say that? I don't know if the kids say that. Oh, I think I'm smaller brush for that edge. I can't get in there. No, wait, I can do it like that. I just don't want to go on the back side of the trench. Oh, just like that. Because I can always, I'll have to go back in here with a little black touch up anyway, so. It'll be easier to run a bead of black in there than try to correct that. Alright, and then, I gotta do that tracer line on the inside there. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's weird. I've been getting a lot of I think that's part of it, why I feel like I'm confident enough now that I could probably start doing this for a living, is because I've gotten lots of questions about it, and from people, and I even got somebody, a friend of a coworker's husband who was looking to have a commission done, and so because they heard that's what I do, and so it's pretty cool. I'm looking for a new way to lean, a new career. So I think if my eyes and my hands will allow it, this is what I would like to do for a living, at least for as long as possible. Oh, there's got to be a better way to do this. I'm playing a dangerous game in here. Yeah, I've already, I'm working on designing a website, and got all kinds of fun stuff in the hopper. I don't want to pull the trigger on it though until I'm ready to go full time, because I don't think it'll be fair if I'm trying to. I don't think I'll give it a fair shake if I try to split my time, And I don't want people waiting for too long for their stuff. So yeah, I mean, I want to wait until I can devote time every day and. I mean, that seems a little extreme, but okay. No, I understand what you're saying. It's like you gotta take a chance, gotta risk it. I mean, shit, why not? So that I have been thankful. I am thankful that I have been able to do what I've done for as long as I have. But it's time for something else. Time for change. Okay, I do not have the dexterity to do that tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and call that. Boy, yeah, this is gonna be a minute. I have to do 3 coats of white. Almost a roller. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh man, I'm tired. Tired tonight. Some more white here. Oh, I almost rolled a one. Almost rolled one. So no shame. That's okay then. Ugh. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. That sucks. Should be pretty easy though. Pretty easy day. Or rest of the week, I should say. There we go. This is better brush for this. The big square one is leaving too many brush marks. Once this white smooths out, I am going to need a 3rd coat on this broad surfaces. But yeah, once it smooths out, it'll be good. But it is going to be 3 coats. This is definitely going to take a minute. Because if the white isn't, but it should be only 1 coat of red. That's going to be the saving grace of this. It's like once the white underneath is nice, the red coat should be nice and vibrant on one pass. the white's got to be smooth. Right now, I am not making it smooth. I'd rather go back and tidy up those edges with black and worry about what's going on in here right now. It's much easier to reach than to try to, just target the white in this thing. As long as I don't touch any of where the blue gradient is, that's the only part that I can't, easily replicate. Everything else is black, so it should be alright. Let's see if I can smooth this out. Smooth that out on the next pass. Get some of these edges. So, how was the weekend? Anybody do anything entertaining that they would like to share with the class? I'm so stoked for my new printer. Oh, Doomsday versus... I could do Doomsday. I was either thinking... I do kind of want to do a Superman villain, so I was thinking either Doomsday or Lex. I got a really cool Lex Luthor in his power suit, Wicked Bedzerk did a really good Lex. So I was thinking about doing that. The World of Hans Zimmer. Was that like a concert kind of deal? Nice. Dude, Bean, I hear you, man. Got to do that. We were driving back home from visiting family up north. That's where I've been all week, all weekend and all last week. And we were just thinking about how much shit we had in our house and how we really just need to have a yard sale. I was thinking maybe I might put a couple of my statues in the yard sale, but I don't know which ones I'm ready to part with. Some of my earlier, junkier ones, but they got sentimental value. Nah, fuck that. I'm keeping everything. Nobody can have my babies. Oh yeah, he's done tons and tons of movies, so that had to be cool. I would love to take my wife to go see stuff like that, but she tends to fall asleep at things like that. I have learned over the years. After many tickets to the Nutcracker. All right, Bobby, gotta Gotta speed this along, bud. Because, yeah, I can go back and touch up easier than I can deal with how slow this is. I would airbrush this, but, you know, I'll have overspray everywhere. Alright, let's just go ahead and slop some in here without touching that backside. As long as I keep it off the blue, it'll be all right. How do I store my models? I've had part. Want to scale up? How do I store? I mean, most of my models are on display. Like I have them in glass cases for the ones I want to kind of, you know, not have to dust all the time. A lot of my statues are just kind of out in the open. I have kind of open, you know, shelves and stuff. Those I have to dust, you know, like once a month. Is that what you mean? I don't put. I need to. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get my room all full. Like once I have all these slots full, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with all my statues. I'll have to figure out something. Either storing them away long term, or giving them away to better homes. I don't know. They are kind of sentimental though, so I probably will figure out a way to kind of pack them up and carefully, you know. I would say I think I would definitely take some of the like pluck and pull foam. If you've seen those, they make them for like camera bags. I would do that, you know, for storage. Those will also like absorb moisture and shit like that. So I think that's probably what I would do. Either that or like styrofoam. Get some blocks of styrofoam, and then you know, like custom cut them so that they everything fits kind of snug. Really hard to see. I don't think it's even worth it. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. Too high up, nobody can see it. I can't paint it. Certainly can't see it. Oh, wait, yeah, you can. I lied. All right, you know what? I'm rethinking this. What would be the worst case scenario here if I just airbrush it? I still have to go back and paint the edges. Ah, all right. Well, I guess I just suck it up, keep going. Suck it up, keep trucking. Ooh, yeah, this is definitely gonna be a couple sessions. Maybe I know what I need. Where's that angled square brush? Where's that son of a bitch? There it is. Oh yeah, this will make it much easier. Yeah, see this one? So I can cut into the up against these edges, and this brush is practically new. So I don't like that they mix these bristles with black and white bristles, because when I paint white, I can't tell if my brush is clean or not. But it's at first I thought it was my eyes playing tricks on me, but no, all the brushes that I got in this set, they all have the same like black and white bristles mixed together. So I guess to make them look fancy. I don't know, but it's fucking annoying. I can't see what I'm doing. I also wish that things clear, like clear resin or like clear varnishes and stuff, if they would make like a tint, like a painting tint, application tint on those, like just make it blue, so then it dries clear. I know the technology exists. I've seen this shit. Like that would be fantastic. Why don't they do that stuff? Oh, that's much better. I said, even if I get some over the edges here, as long as I don't get it up in that blue, I should be good. This, I can't tell if it's paint stroke or if it's layer lines. I think it's brush marks. But also, and I think it might just be imperfections. I'm just gonna keep putting on white until it smooths out. Also would help if I didn't overload my brush like I tend to do. There we go. Alright, yeah, this brush should speed things along, it seems. A little better suited for this task. One. Run a thin bead of black in there, damn it. Lots of touch-ups. chunks of paint in here. Strange going on right there. Some water on there to kind of thin that out a little bit. Little dried puddle. There's a little bit of a linen texture in here. It's starting to come out now. I can see it in the white. Keep checking to make sure I'm not overshooting. All right. Seriously, I don't know how I'm going to paint some of these. Some of these on the inside may just go unpainted. Times like this, I have to remind myself to trust the process. It's gonna look like poop for a long time. And then all of a sudden it'll look good again. Oops. I am trying to keep my touch-ups limited, but I'm also not going to stress it down here at the bottom because it's just black. This is not a good way to hold that. should start at the ends. Work my way to the middles. That's faster. No, I can't do it that way. My brush strokes. Ah, fuck. Oh, that's okay. Let me get that off there. It's too close to the edge. They'll all be blacked out. Ugh. Yeah, this is gonna be a minute. Goodness. I did not account for this. I don't know what I was thinking, but it wasn't this. No, this is not exactly exciting painting right now. This is the doldrums of the paint. This is when the painting sucks. Can't remember if yeah, I sealed it. Okay. I really hope I sealed this before I got started. Yeah, I did. Well, how am I gonna get in there with the black any easier than I did with the white? Whoops. Ooh. More spots to touch up. This one barely has an edge. Oh, I see. It's tilted down. Really hard to see. I got all that light out of there. Good hit. Boop, boop. Might be diluting my white too much. In retrospect, it may have been easier to airbrush the white and the red and then just hand paint the black. Then I would have been able to give it that nice blue gradient. There's just no good way to do this. I'll just have to touch up where I need to, where I can. Oh no. That I definitely don't want. Small stuff I can deal with patching, but anything too big, I'd rather hit it while I can. The little sides I can hit, it's okay. I just don't want any big broad patches. Yeah, this is. I do need to slow down though. If I take my time, I'll have less to patch later. And it's not a race. It's not a race, Bobby. Although, I do want to become proficient in getting these things painted faster. I need to paint faster. I'm not sure where that came from. Let's clean it up a little bit. do the edges later. Some of those little tight spots. Alright, these are all behind him, so I can be a little faster with these. It'll be easier to just go back and black out these trim areas and try to avoid them. This white paint looks like poop. But what are we doing? We're trusting the process. Light from this back there. Ooh, I gotta go back and do all this with the red. And all the little black touch-ups. I'm gonna spend a couple days just painting this thing. But that's okay. I'm gonna, like I said, I have very low expectations of the clear resin that I poured into those casts over there. So I think I'm gonna end up, I know I'm gonna end up just reprinting the canopies with that high clear resin. It's supposed to arrive on Friday, so that'll be my weekend project, or at least getting that thing reprinted. I hope that all the paint job will be done by then. It should be. But then again, I also didn't take into consideration how long this one item was going to take, so the timing might be about perfect. Yeah, this is where I gotta be really super careful, because it opens back up. And no, I'm gonna have to go in there with something else. I have to use my little angled brush, I think. pile of paint here. Need to break it up. Now whatever, nobody's gonna see that. A little bit of a paint fuck up there because I got in a hurry, but it is deep in there. Nobody's gonna see it except for me. Yeah, painting these edges will be nasty. Chunk in there. Dried paint. Chunk of paint, or if that's blemish. all that's behind it anyway, so ain't gonna see it. Whew. All right, I think I need to take a break. Oh, let me finish this little paint pot here. All right, let me take a break and tidy up those edges. Oh, I gotta stand up, my butt hurts. Be right back. All right, little bendy brush. That'll help get around some of those corners. See if I can do some of these edges. Excuse me, sat down too fast. Actually, before I do that, let's give this little hoodie another coat. Every time I think I'm tired and I might want to stop, I think about like, well, what else am I going to be doing? Sitting around watching some bullshit TV? There's nothing really on that's good like right now, so might as well just keep on painting. I need to paint more than I need to produce more than I consume. Anyway, let's try to get to doing that. That would be swell. Sorry. Turtling. Yeah, I need to try to default to painting as my time filler. I try to, but sometimes my brain fights me. I still definitely take breaks. If I do a couple days of painting, I'll try to take a break from at least one night, just to mix it up a little bit. Usually I'll play some games or something. Play some Marvel Rivals. That's a pretty fun game if anybody out there plays. McChicken Sandwich is my handle. Feel free to add me. Although I think with all the cross plays, you have to like send codes or some shit. I haven't done it yet. Let's see if I can. A buddy of mine was gonna see if we could play some soon. So, but he's on an Xbox, and I'm on a PC. So we'll have to see where that goes. Ooh, I just put way too much paint on here. Spread this out real quick. Yapping. Too much yapping. Oh, I think I'm picking up dried paint from the lip of the cup now. Back for that. Oh, did it again, damn it. Not the end of the world, but man, I hate it when that happens. Forget to wipe the edge of the brush off on the. I had to wipe the brush off on the edge of the pot, and I end up pooling it. Today is just not my day. Have to do it again. Tell you what, that white really kicks back to that light, doesn't it? Oh, gonna cough. Ooh. Alright, gang, I think I'm gonna have to call it a night. I've done this for about 3 hours now. That is a fair amount of time. And yeah, I'm just starting to get impatient. I feel like I'm rushing it, and I need to go in with some black and start to clean up the OCD's going nuts. So probably do a lot of switching back and forth between black and white. But anyway, that is enough for this evening. I'm gonna hang it up, and I will be back on tomorrow to keep plugging away at this, because yeah, this is the whole thing. So until next time, take it easy.